Shalom, everybody. I'm Pastor Scott Villain with Holy Impact Ministries. And I just want to say, God bless you and happy Day of Trumpets. Again, we are coming upon the Day of Trumpets, and please don't miss our Holy Convocation that we are going to have this coming Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you need an invitation to that online fellowship, all you have to do is email me at pastorv, that's Pastor V as in Victor, pastorv at holyimpactministries.com. And simply put fellowship in the subject line, and we will send you an invitation to join us this coming Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Day of Trumpets Convocation. Again, we will be sounding the shofars, and a lot of folks there will have shofars and noisemakers and be giving a loud shout, again, which is what Teruah actually stands for. Again, it is the day that we do indeed expect that our Messiah very well may return. And again, of course, shortly after that, we have the 10 days later, the Day of Atonement. And the Day of Atonement, again, is when the world will be judged. And finally, then, we have after that, we have Tabernacles, which is when our Messiah will indeed tabernacle with us again. And the beginning of his 1,000-year millennial reign will begin. And this is the way we expect things to fall into place, because we know that our Messiah once again kept the spring feast days. Again, he is our Passover lamb who died on Passover day. Again, he is the unleavened, sinless bread that was in the earth for 3 days and for 3 nights. And again, he was raised up on first fruits to wave the sheaf offering before his Father, signaling the incoming harvest. And so because we know that he has already fulfilled those spring feast days, and then asking his Father to once again give us the Ruach HaKodesh, we can know and we can expect that he is going to fulfill the fall feast days in much the same way. If you missed all that, and if that's kind of confusing to you, please check out our Day of Atonement explained. You can find that at our website at holyimpactministries.com. You can also find it on YouTube or at our Facebook channel as well. That video teaching is free, and there is also a downloadable PDF file that is free for you as well at our website at holyimpactministries.com. And again, it is called the Day of Atonement Explained, or the Feast Days Explained, the Fall Feast Days Explained. So if you have any questions about that or why it is that we believe that, you might want to just check that video out. It's a great video. Part 2 of that is coming up this coming Saturday, the 7th-day Sabbath, the only Sabbath that is ever commanded by anyone in the Bible, the 7th-day Sabbath, Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Part 2 is coming up, so we want you to be there for that as well. But the reason that I'm coming to you today is to, again, just say God bless you and happy fall feast days. They are coming at us very rapidly, and we are very thankful for them, because the way we see things today, I tell you, I just cannot keep track of it all. Fires just absolutely ravaging the West Coast here in the United States and around the world. The same thing with riots and all of these types of things. We think here in the United States we're the only ones that are seeing these things. Again, this is not true. They are happening all over the world. We have our president today, on Tuesday, on the 15th, actually signing a peace accord with many nations that are coming together to sign a peace accord with Israel. And of course, there are many other nations that need to fall in line as well, but we expect to get them. And this is just a very exciting time that we live in. We know that a peace agreement will be signed. And so we are watching all of these things according to Revelation in the book of Daniel and, again, the prophets. A lot of information is coming together here. Something else that is coming together here also is that a lot of people are feeling the pressure of this pandemic. And we have received many, many letters from many of our brothers and sisters who can no longer donate and they can no longer sponsor the ministry because they have lost their jobs or because they have been cut back to part-time and their finances, again, are not what they used to be. We just want to ask everybody to please please, my friends, pray for these brothers and sisters. The ministry has been hit financially quite hard in the middle of all this, just like everyone else. And so that is a meter that tells us what is going on, and it tells us the times that we are now living in, and it tells us that our economy is not quite as strong as many people would like to believe that it is. And so once again, we just would ask that you would please pray for the ministry. Please pray for these brothers and these sisters who again are out of work or have been cut back in their hours. They again trying to feed their families. And we want to encourage everybody during these fall feast days. If you are not preparing, please, my friends, you must prepare. Food, water, all of those types of things are very, very important. And we must, again, make sure that we are stocked up on these things. But aside from that, we need to also spiritually prepare. And many of our brothers and sisters aren't doing that. They think that they're going to be whisked away in some pre-tribulation rescue. They think that they've got their ticket punched into heaven because they're once saved, always saved. All of this nonsense that the devil has put forth to make them feel comfortable. And what does the Bible say? The Bible says that they will say peace and safety, thinking that there is peace and safety. And what's going to happen? At that time, again, labor pains will come upon them as they come upon a pregnant woman. And again, they will not escape. And my friends, we don't want to be in that section of people. Again, it takes us back to remembering the 10 virgins. And again, how many of them were, again, without oil in their lamps. And so, once again, my friends, I just want us to know and I want us to understand that these things that we are getting into right now are indeed part and parcel of what we have been told was going to happen concerning the end of the age. We are here and we have arrived. And we are knocking on the door, I believe, of Jacob's trouble, which is coming very, very soon. And so, once again, I just want to say a special thank you to those of you who are our Patreons and have signed up at our Patreon page and through PayPal and have been supporting us over the years. God bless you. Thank you so very, 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 very much. And we know that right now in these difficult times, that it just means, I just want you to know that it means all the more to us. And I also want to let all of our brothers and sisters who cannot support us and cannot help keep the ministry afloat, God bless you and thank you. Just please keep praying. That's all we ask for. Please keep praying. The last thing that we want to do is take food off of someone's table. And again, we do not believe in a 10% income where we ask people for 10% income. That's not something that we do here at Holy Impact Ministries. We know that that is not scriptural and that is not what we should be doing. However, it does say that we are to bless as we have been blessed. And we would just ask that if you have the means and if you can, we ask that you would be a blessing if you have been blessed. And again, keep our brothers and our sisters in your prayers as well. Many people out there today, again, are really experiencing some very difficult troubles financially. With that being said, we're excited. We know that these fall feast days, again, have everything to do with the coming of our Messiah. And that's exactly where we are standing right now at the end of the age, expecting his return to come. And when that day is going to be, we don't know. Absolutely, the Bible's very clear about that. We don't know the day and the hour, but it tells us in 2 Thessalonians that he will not come like a thief in the night to us. He will come like a thief in the night to the world. Why? Because the world will not know the season upon which he is going to return, because they will not know the patterns of his Father's word. They will not know his spoken word because they haven't read the book from the beginning. And in order to know the patterns of our Father in heaven, you must read the book from the book of Genesis and not just from the book of Matthew, the way so many have been pre-programmed to by their denominational charters. And so once again, we encourage everybody to go back to the beginning of the book, in the book of Genesis, begin there, read through, and know and understand the patterns that our Father in heaven has set forth. Our Messiah fulfilled the spring days. He will indeed fulfill the fall feast days. But if you don't know anything about the first fall or the spring feast days, and you don't know anything about the fall feast days, you're not going to be ready, and you're not going to understand why it is that we're excited about this particular season in the fall, and why it is that we suspect that this will be the season that he will indeed return. The day of trumpets and the day of shouting, again, proclaims something is happening. And again, we are to quit doing what we are doing, and we are to make a loud noise. And we are to cheer, and we are to shout, and we are to sound the trumpet. Shortly after that, 10 days later, comes the day, after the day of trumpets, comes the day of atonement. And this is a day that we are to afflict ourselves. And the world will again afflict themselves in their hearts on the great and terrible day of the Lord when he returns. And so we expect that to be the case. And again, we find tabernacles shortly after that on the 15th of the month when the moon is shining brightly. And we know that our Messiah will once again tabernacle with us, and then he will usher in his 1,000-year reign. Upon that, the completion of that, then he will then hand the kingdom over to his Father. And a new Jerusalem and a new heaven and a new earth will at that point in time be established. So there is so much to think about here during these fall feast days, my friends. We need to know and understand what it is that we should be able to expect. And we as modern day 21st century Christians, true Christians, who are cross-bearing, Messiah-following Christians, who are obedient to the spoken word of Yahovah, we indeed do know the season, and we are excited about that season. And we want you to know the season, and we want you to be excited about that season as well. So that's just a short message that I had for you today. It's a beautiful day. I had a chance to get out here today. We're looking forward to deer season and deer hunting this season, and we're kind of already out doing some scouting. I'm standing in the middle of some acorns here. I know the deer have been up here, and so we found a great place here, I think, and I just thought it would be a great time to do a video and just to reach out and to say thank you so very, very much. And to keep praying. We must indeed continue to pray without ceasing. These are important days for us to be in prayer, and these are important times for us to know and to understand exactly what's going on in the midst of all of the chaos out there. We know what's going on, and we should rejoice because we do know what's going on. With that being said, I just want to say thank you so very much. Again, we certainly do appreciate each and every one of you. If you get a chance to share this video, we ask that you would please do that. Of course, YouTube isn't always on the ball with sharing a lot of the videos, especially that come from Christians and from those who are right-leaning and conservative people. With that being said, I hope and I pray that you're having a good day. Stay safe, stay clean, and stay in prayer. Once again, I'm Pastor Scott Villain with Holy Impact Ministries. God bless you, and shalom.